Yep, it's all about the policies. Now, let's talk about a case out of South Australia. A 13-year-old transgender student, that is a male who claims to be female, has prompted outrage from parents at a private Catholic school in South Australia after breaking a number of records by huge margins, Stephanie, competing in the girls' events at recent sports competitions. What else can you tell me about this case?
Well, this case has actually shed light on a range of very concerning issues about the policies from the Department of Education in South Australia and federally more broadly. What's come to light is that they've said that education overrides the provisions in the Sex Discrimination Act to protect single-sex sports, but under South Australian education policy, that extends to change rooms and bathrooms. Now, this is a K to Year 12 school. So there is the likelihood, there is the risk that there will be situations where at all school events, you'll have senior men who are identifying as female students sharing change rooms and bathrooms with little prep girls, certainly in a setting where it's K to Year 6 in that primary campus, 12-year-old boys in Year 6 with preppies. There's a huge safeguarding issue here, and I think Peter Malinauskas needs to come out and explain why this is happening and what they're going to do to address the issues of safety for these young children.
And also there has to be some accountability, because I hear from so many parents who've got similar issues, not just around sport, but just male bodies in female spaces and all sorts of indoctrination that they see happening in their children's school. And they're reluctant to bring it forward because they fear a backlash against their child or their family. They don't want to have that drama. And I think this is, again, an issue that so many parents are grappling with, Stephanie, but very few want to make an official complaint because that comes with all sorts of consequences.
It certainly does, but more and more are coming out. I've noticed since Caroline Marx's documentary on sport last year, there has been an increase, whether it was netball in Victoria. Now the parents are pushing back. This trans student broke all the records last year and again this year, and now they're speaking out. So there is certainly a move to speak out more. I'm also very encouraged that our newest female senator in South Australia, Leah Blythe, put a press release out. She replaced Simon Birmingham when he retired last year. And she criticised the comments of the education minister in South Australia, who defended the inclusion, saying it was, more about sport and the inclusion of individuals than anything else. And she said, well, what about the expense of, at the expense of the girls who are losing out here? And I'm paraphrasing her there. So I think that there is more and more people are going to talk back. I've had people reach out since I posted about it online from other schools, particularly Catholic schools where this is going on. So I think also Catholic Education Office needs to start answering some questions about what they're allowing in their schools too.
Surprising it's happening at Catholic schools. Before you go, the BBC has released a new series called I Kissed a Boy, which is meant to be about two gay men, except the actor playing one of them is actually a trans-identified female. The LGB Alliance UK has said that by doing this, they are telling young gay men watching the show that they must be attracted to women who are pretending to be male. This is regressive, insulting and homophobic in the extreme. Steph, what's your reaction to that? Because I do see this from many trans activists where they say if you're a man and you're not attracted to a trans woman who is a man identifying as a woman, then, well, you're being bigoted. You're almost obliged to be attracted to somebody who's the opposite gender to who you would normally be attracted to.
Yes, I think it's actually disturbing that the BBC are playing into this narrative that you are engaging in some sort of discrimination if you have a genital preference, which is what they call it. And I think it's quite dangerous, and it sends a very bad message to young people who are working through themselves and sorting it out. They shouldn't have this extra layer of guilt because trans rights activists want to belt them over the head and say you can't choose, who you're attracted to.
Stephanie Bastiaan, thank you so much for your time tonight.